A Little Women Christmas. Joe was the first to wake in the gray dawn of Christmas morning. No stockings hung at the fireplace, and for a moment she felt much disappointment as she did long ago, when her little sock fell down because it was crammed with so full of goodies. Then she remembered her mother's promise, and slipping her hand under her pillow, drew out a little crimson book. She knew it very well, for it was a beautiful old story of the best life ever lived. And Joe felt that it was a true guidebook for any pilgrim going on a long journey. She woke Meg up with a "Merry Christmas!" and bade her to see what was under her pillow. A green-covered book appeared, with the same picture inside and a few words written in it by their mother, which made their one present very precious in their eyes. Presently, Beth and Amy woke to rummage and find their little books also, one dove-colored, the other blue, and they all sat looking at and talking about them, while the east grew rosy with the coming day. "Where is Mother?" asked Meg, and she and Joe ran down to thank her for their gifts. "She will be back soon, I think. So let's have everything ready," said Meg, looking over the presents, which were collected in a basket and kept under the sofa, ready to be produced at the proper time. "Why, where is Amy's bottle of cologne?" she added, as the little flask had disappeared. "She took it out a minute ago and went off with it to put a ribbon on it, or some such notion," replied Joe, dancing about the room to take the first stiffness off the new army slippers. "There's Mother! Hide the basket quick!" cried Joe, as a door slammed and steps sounded in the hall. Amy came in hastily and looked rather abashed when she saw her sisters all waiting for her. "Where have you been, and what are you hiding behind you?" asked Meg, surprised to see by her hood and cloak that lazy Amy had been out so early. "Don't laugh at me, Joe. I didn't mean anyone should know till the time came. I only meant to change the little bottle for a big one. I gave all my money to get it, and I am truly trying not to be selfish anymore." As she spoke, Amy showed a handsome flask which replaced the cheap one, and looked so earnest and humbled in her little effort to forget herself that Meg hugged her on the spot, and Joe pronounced her a trump, while Beth ran to the window and picked her finest rose to ornament the stately bottle. You see, I felt ashamed of my present after reading and talking about being good this morning, so I ran around the corner and changed it the minute I was up. And I'm so glad I did, for mine is the handsomest now. Another bang. Another bang of the street door sent the basket under the sofa, and the girls to the table, eager for breakfast. "Merry Christmas, Marmee, many of them. Thank you for our books. We read some and mean to every day," they all cried in unison. "Merry Christmas, my little daughters. I'm glad you began at once and hope you will keep on. But I want to say one word before we sit down. Not far away from here lies a poor woman with a newborn baby. 6 children are huddled in one bed to keep them from freezing, for they have no fire. There is nothing to eat over there, and the oldest boy came to tell me they were suffering hunger and cold. My girls, will you give them your breakfast as a Christmas present?" They were all unusually hungry, having waited nearly an hour, and for a minute no one spoke. Only a minute, for Joe explained impetuously, "I'm so glad you came before we began." "May I go and help carry the things to the poor little children?" asked Beth eagerly. "I shall take the cream and the muffins," added Amy heroically, giving the article that she most liked the most. Meg was already covering the buckwheats and piling the bread into one big plate. "Oh, I thought you'd do it," said Mrs. March, smiling. "You shall all go and help me, and when we come back we will have bread and milk for breakfast and make up for it at dinner time." They were soon ready, and the procession set out. Fortunately, It was early, and they went through the back streets, so few people saw them and no one left at their queer party. A poor, bare, miserable room it was, with broken windows, no fire, ragged bedclothes, a sick mother, a wailing baby, and a group of pale, hungry children huddled under one quilt, trying to keep warm. How their big eyes stared and their blue lips smiled as the girls went in. "It is good angels come to us," said the poor woman, crying for joy. "Funny angels in hoods and mittens," said Joe, and set them all laughing. In a few minutes, it really did seem as if kind spirits had been at work there. Joe, who had carried wood, made a fire and stopped at the broken panes and old hats and her own cloak. Mrs. March gave the mother tea and gruel and comforted her with promises to help, while she dressed the little baby and tenderly as if it had been her own. The girls in the meantime spread the table, set the children round the fire, and fed them like so many hungry birds, laughing, talking, and trying to understand their funny broken English. "Das ist gut, dein Egelkinder," cried the poor things as they ate, and warmed their purple hands at the comfortable blaze. The girls had never been called angel children before, and thought it was agreeable. That was a very happy breakfast, though they didn't get any of it. And when they went away, leaving comfort behind, I think they were not in all the city 4 merrier people than the hungry little girls who gave away their breakfasts and contented themselves with bread and milk on Christmas morning.